Welcome to the Forsyth Magazines podcast. I'm Brooke Eagle, your host, bringing you the stories of the people shaping our community. From business owners to local leaders, we'll explore their journeys, passions, and lessons learned. Let's dive in. Hey guys, we are back with another podcast episode, and today I have a special mother-daughter duo. I have Christy and Teresa. They are with Robert Hall. Christy is the proprietor, and Teresa, when I asked her what her title is, she is the hospitality and design coordinator. Hi, ladies.
Hi. Hello there.
How's it going?
We're good. We're good. Yeah.
You guys came in with like borderline matching outfits, and I love it.
Not intentional. It's a little twinning happening.
I love it.
But it says a lot about our personality.
I know. That's what I want to kind of kick off with is what is it like working? I can contribute to this conversation too, but what's it like working as a mother-daughter duo?
I'll let mommy start. And then I'll follow up.
You know as well as we do. I mean, mother-daughters, it can be a little complex at times, right? I mean, a little,
Yeah.
right? So, but, I think we work great together. We don't always agree.
No, of course.
That would be
impossible.
Yeah, literally impossible.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like we do. I think I'm good at taking direction. Sometimes not so much. So.
I can't wait till I can contribute to this.
But I love it. It's I had a full-time job, and I retired, and became bored with being retired.
Yeah,
because it's all cracked up to be.
People go one way or the other.
Right. And I went to Christy, just visiting her, and I said, I'm kind of bored. I think I'm going to find a little part-time job. And she went, what? She said, no. You come to work for me.
I have a job for you.
Because they had just started Robert Hall. I mean, it was a baby.
Been open very long. Yeah. Right. It was in its infancy.
Yeah. So here I am.
And how many years ago was that?
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Can you believe it?
I know.
Yeah. It's, I mean, mommy and I get along great. We really do. I mean, I've got my other job, so I'm a busy person and just in general in my career. Mm-hmm. But what's really nice is that I trust her judgment, right? Yeah. So even if she does things differently than me, I mean, she has a great eye and has a beautiful sense of aesthetic. So I can completely say, hey, Mom, will you go over there and take care of that? Mm-hmm. And I don't have to worry about what it looks like, or it might not have been how I would do it, but it's going to be gorgeous.
Yeah.
So it's been extremely helpful having her there.
Oh, I love that.
I mean, and I trust her. That's a huge part.
It is. Yeah, working with family. I say that all the time too. I think my mom and I do really well, like 95.5% of the time. But it's special.
Well, and it is special. It is special. But too, like this is a true story. Mom was going somewhere with me. I had a day where I had to be in Charlotte one part of the day, and then I had to be in Raleigh the other part of the day. So it was dumb, but overscheduled. And so I came back through Winston to pick her up to take her with me to this event thing in Raleigh. And I said to her, I was like, Mom, this is kind of before she was really like in the weeds with Robert Hall, Yeah. And I said, thanks for coming with me. She said, well, I'm going to be really honest with you, Christy. If I didn't go do things like this with you, I probably wouldn't see you.
It's true.
It's so true because I work a lot. And I mean, I kind of felt really bad in that moment. I thought,
I didn't say it to make you feel bad.
No, but it was true. It was a true statement. It was really more like you work too much and you don't do a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah.
But true. So we get to spend time together that we, obviously wouldn't, juggling two businesses. There's not a lot of time.
Yeah.
Right? So
that's a good point. I mean, quality time is quality time.
Right. Well, and I work with my husband. I've worked with him for 38 years or whatever. So I feel like I'm an expert in working with family.
Oh my gosh. We could do a whole separate podcast. Because I also work with my husband and my mom. People are like, are you insane?
I think it takes special personalities to be able to do that. It's also staying in your wheelhouse. Like, you know what you're good at. And I know what I'm good at, and there's a lot of things that mommy does that I don't have the patience for, I don't have the time for. Same with Will. Like, I don't want to admit there's things he's good at, but there are things he's good at.
Well, and people have different priorities.
Right.
And I think that's what I try to think about is like things that Gavin is really good at or that are very important to him, like aren't necessarily as important to me, but that doesn't mean they're not important.
Right.
That just means that's what he's going to focus on. And same with my mom. So
Yeah.
it's always a learning process for sure.
Yeah, but it has been really good, and she has been incredibly helpful.
Yeah.
Especially, so I told you Chris, our event manager, left to go to another job, and I've had to take on his job, and I mean, Mommy has just stepped in and like helped me transition because it's been, I had 7 weddings in a row, which is a blessing to have. It was fantastic, except for oh my gosh, and
when did the 7 weeks
it started
October.
in the middle. Well,
Right,
we had
middle of October.
Middle of October.
Right.
Yep. So I think we had our first one like October 8th or something.
Oh my goodness!
And so I mean,
did you
back
sleep
to back.
for a week after that?
No, I just
She hasn't
finished.
slept yet.
No, because then we went right into holiday parties.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so our last wedding was this past weekend. And
Wow.
a wedding day is a 15-hour day.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you get there at 9:30, you go home at 1 in the morning.
Oh my gosh,
it's a long day, and I'm not young anymore. So, it's like
I disagree.
I might be young at heart. And I will say, I do realize this, we were just talking, before the podcast about how this is a very physical job.
Sure.
People think, no, it's facilities. It's logistics.
Yeah.
I'm picking up tables. I'm picking up chairs. I'm moving,
We're
heaters.
bussing tables.
Yeah, we're
washing
bussing
dishes.
And if I weren't in good physical shape, I could not do this job.
Yeah.
This is a job that it pushes, I'm 54, like this is a young person's game. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, the past 7 weeks I have really worked.
Oh my gosh.
I think, and on a wedding day, I walk 15 miles just in my building.
Wow.
I'm not leaving my building.
That's insane.
15
Well, and I bet you go up and down them stairs. Like a trillion times.
I'm in great shape. Let me tell you. But Mommy's definitely helpful. And I've brought in contract people to help me
Sure.
to get through this.
But it's your space and it's your, that's
It
your
is.
baby.
It is. And that's what I feel like the benefit has been as I've been able to get back really. I didn't have any choice, but to jump in and do it. But it's, I've found a lot of efficiencies and it's my passion. So it's exciting to be able to be there at those events that I wouldn't have been otherwise.
Yeah, there's nothing quite like the adrenaline rush of an event.
Yeah.
And it's a learning process.
Yes.
The two of us have just sat back and gone,
my gosh.
wow.
Yeah, wow. But the good thing is I don't believe so. I mean, we've had things happen, just like the breakers will go off and something happens and the DJ's overloaded little things that are not the end of the world.
Those DJs.
Those
Thought
DJs,
about
which I would
them.
say we've had some great DJs. I mean,
Oh my
that
gosh.
is so
Y'all
much
know how
fun.
to throw a party. I'm telling you.
We like to throw a
We've
party.
thrown some parties. You
Yes,
know that.
yeah.
Well, and I mean that's really how this whole thing came about. It's just the joy of entertaining and being able to be a part of people's most special days. It's really fun to get to do that and see this.
I also love your heart for nonprofits.
Thank
and I
you.
want to talk about that for a minute because
thank
you're so heavily involved with several. Family services comes to mind, but I feel like the event space you've kind of merged your nonprofit passion.
Yes.
So I want you to talk about that for a minute.
It's as part of the whole business model for this was because I do have such a passion for multiple nonprofits in town, but really in general, my community. I mean, you are too. You're passionate. I mean, Tim's passionate. It's when I'm able to give a nonprofit an opportunity to come into my space, and whether they fundraise or they do a board retreat, we try to make it affordable for nonprofits to do that. I mean, of course, not everybody can afford it, but we've tried to discount it. It's always been a part of the model, and it's twofold. I get people in my space. What typically happens is somebody in that group knows somebody who wants to have a wedding or wants to have a party, but it also gives them a space to entertain, bring donors in, introduce people to their cause. Family services. Obviously, huge place in my heart, particularly right now. They're in the middle of raising money for this new domestic violence shelter. And I'm on the building committee for that, as well as the foundation board for family services.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, it's it's been such a great feeling to be able to do that for my community.
Yeah, I love that.
Thank you.
Well, and Robert Hall, if you haven't been yet, it is just stunning, and it's so unique. It's almost has like some eclectic vibes with some of the decor, which I love.
Yeah.
It's not your basic,
It's not
boring
traditional.
white
Yeah.
walls, like
Right.
none of that.
It's, you know what I think we've realized, particularly these weddings that we've had, we do not have traditional brides typically. You know, they're going to be brides who are looking for an urban, cool vibe. You know, there's lots of beautiful event spaces in town that are very much white walls, that wedding kind of feel.
Neutral.
But our brides are, a lot of them have grew up here in Winston. They've moved to an urban city. They're coming back to Winston to get married, and they want to be in a very different kind of space.
Yeah.
And then we also do rehearsal. Like, you know, it's a cool space for a welcome party, rehearsal dinner. It kind of can do any kind of vibe because it is very eclectic.
It is.
It's got a little Winston-Salem history to it. You know, that was part of what Will and I both very
A little
passionate.
Chicago history.
Chicago
We have
history. Capone's bar.
Vintage bar upstairs.
Yes.
I
Yes.
know.
which
Our
is
gym
gorgeous.
Christmas party is there
Yes.
soon, and my members are so
I'm
excited.
so glad.
I want to talk about the Capone, a little bit of the history of the Capone's bar.
Okay. Well, I mean, Will would argue this isn't the story, so it is. Okay. Final word. It's mine. He's a collector of all things. My husband has a lot of stuff that he collects. And one night on eBay, when he should have been asleep probably, he found this bar online and he buys it sight unseen. And this was like 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago now. We did not have a bar down. We weren't even using the buildings where we are downtown. They were kind of storage. He sends our guys up there to get it. It's at an old railroad switch station. Looks a little iffy. The guys are like, this is not good. Looks abandoned.
How much did you pay
Yeah.
for this?
Am I going into a bad situation? Well, so the guy who had the bar was a salvager. So the building was full of beautiful old architectural salvage pieces. And he tells our guys, hey, by the way, this bar came out of an old Al Capone haunt here in Detroit. And so that's our story.
So cool.
Yeah, that's our story.
And it is a beautiful bar.
It is beautiful. It's got Art Deco, 1910, around then when it was built. It is stunning. It's a beautiful bar.
And speaking of the bar, I want to talk about Jessica.
Yeah, Thirsty
and Matt.
Buffalo. Yes.
So tell me about that relationship and how that kind of came about.
You know, when you have a bar, you've got to apply for your ABC license. If anyone's ever had the
That's a
distinct
process.
pleasure of doing that, it is like, oh my. Like at some point you're like, do I need this? I mean, do I have to have this? Thank God we got our ABC license. And Chris had said to me, Chris had been a bartender. He loves to bartend, and he obviously great at events, but he said, I can't do both. It's too much. And Will had met Matt at an event that they had done for Family Services probably 4 years ago. And so Chris knew Matt and Jessica, and then Will had met Matt. And so were looking to expand their business to partner with a venue. And they really wanted to partner with us. And so it's just been a great marriage.
It's such a great fit.
They are, and they do all things bar. So I don't touch the bar. It's lovely. I walk in. It's all done. They're great servers.
They can make a drink.
They are
and
so
I'm
professional.
biased, but I think they're the best in town.
I agree.
And they're good people, and they're fun, and they make their team is just. We have just spectacular bartenders. Yeah, they're spot on.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what are you guys, I'm sure you're booking well into 2026. Is 2026 fully booked for weddings?
Not fully booked. We've got, weddings are so seasonal. Like one year it's October, the next it's May. Who knows?
Yeah.
So we are getting booked. And, having 7 in a row, that was a blessing. But I'm like, oh gosh, let's hope that doesn't happen again. Yeah. We're booking into 2026. We have like a New Year's event booked for 2026 going into 27. We had a bride come the other day. For 27, so that's like you're like, oh my gosh, I know so I'm very excited. February we've got Galentine's with you. I think we're doing it on the 12th. I think that's the date. We have to figure that out.
So.
Yeah,
That is so much fun. We love decorating for
I'm
that.
supposed to decorate it. Yeah.
Yes.
And then the next I think the next night I'm really excited about. Have you heard of this group called Poe on the Rocks? I think it's Jim Kinney here in town.
Jim McKinney.
Jim McKinney. Thank you. Yes. So we are going to do Love Sucks, Dark Love on Friday, February 13th for my supper club.
I love that.
And then we're going to have them come do, we're going to dress in Poe wear. We like to dress up.
Yeah.
And we're going to have Bunny Fine Foods do the food. Have you heard of Chris Almond with Bunny Fine Foods?
No.
Definitely need to check him out. Super cool. And so we're going to have a dark love theme.
I love that.
And they're going to do they're going to read The Raven.
Oh my gosh. That brings me to my next question about the supper club.
Yeah.
Tell me how that works.
Well, so it works like this. Anyone can join. We call it the Robert Hall Secret Supper Society, so people feel like they're very special. And they are.
'Cause they are.
They are. And there's 2 memberships. You can join for $25, and that's a yearly membership, or $50 for the yearly membership.
That's a deal.
The $50 gives you just first dibs at the tickets. So
okay.
then each event is ticketed, and it has a different price point. We have about 200 members.
Wow.
And of course they don't all come. Scheduling doesn't work out, or they don't love the theme of the event. And each event's kind of themed differently. Most of the tickets are $125, and that gets you dinner, a glass of champagne, and a night of entertainment.
Yeah.
And we try to bring in really great chefs, so a 4-course dinner.
Wow.
And theater. We just
Is it monthly, quarterly?
No, I try to do 4 to 5 a year.
Okay.
It's a lot of planning because
sure.
we like to do the theme, but then I go all out and it's crazy. And and I have to kind of schedule it around when we have weddings and because it's, hard to turn a room when you've got all those decorations up. But they are a lot of fun. So right now, I know for sure we're doing the Poe on the Rocks, and then I get to kind of figure out what else we're going to do for the year.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, it is fun. It's really fun.
Teresa, what's been your favorite event so far?
It's hard to say.
Wow, that is really hard to say. I really love the Jane Austen event we did.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We brought in the little theater actors,
So it was, what did we call it? It was not
Pride and Prejudge.
Pride,
Instead of Pride and Prejudice, it was Pride
and Prejudice.
I love it.
Prejudice.
And it was great.
It was. So
it was really great.
and it was interactive, so the actors walked amongst the members.
Well, you didn't even know they were, because we were dressed in costume.
Because we encouraged our members to come dressed in, costume.
And so, you'd be talking to someone next thing, and they're breaking into song.
Oh, my gosh.
It was so fun.
So how do you go about, joining the supper club?
You can go online. It's Robert Hall Secret Supper Society.com.
Okay.
And it takes you to the page where it tells you a little bit about, this is the concept about, this is my way of getting to entertain. It is bringing that concept of supper club. You have a reason to dress up. It's a night of entertainment. You're not just going to a bar or just going to a restaurant. You're getting it all under one roof. And you're meeting new people. So you can go online and join that way.
Do people come with a date and or alone?
Some do.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. You know what I have found? Y'all, I'm passionate about Winston-Salem. I have found, the first 50 people joined because they felt sorry for me, right? Those are my friends. They went, I don't know what Christy's doing, but let me do this. The other people are not people that I know. A lot of them are new people to Winston-Salem, and they're looking to build community. They're looking for friends. And so women, we have a lot of single women who it feels safe, Yeah.
And
all the single ladies.
All the single ladies. Yeah. It really, but when we have couples, we have people who have moved here. I've met so many people, and I am always endlessly fascinated by the people who move here from other big cities.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm now I know why I'm here, and you grew up here, right? So you know why you're here. But it's wow. When someone says, no, I moved from California to Winston-Salem, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Tell me what?
I love asking the why.
When Christy brought this idea up of the supper club thing, and she knows these pictures of my parents. They, back when my parents were younger and socializing and all, they went.
That's what people did.
They went to supper clubs. There was a supper club in Greensboro, and you could go there and see big names actually, and have dinner, and you got all dressed up. You dressed up. You dressed up. Men could actually be in tuxedos or really nice suits, and women in cocktail dresses, and so that whole idea of getting dressed up. It's a date.
It's
you know?
yeah, it's a night out.
Yeah.
It's an
It's a
experience.
date.
It is fun to get dressed up because I'm guilty all the time of wearing
me
workout
too.
clothes.
Yeah, me too.
All the time.
Oh yeah, because it's just easier.
Yeah.
But it is. I think that's for me. It's that I used to entertain a lot in my house, and I've just gotten way too old, and I don't want to clean my house anymore. And I got big dogs. I've got huge dogs that have. So it's easier to not do it there.
Yeah.
But this has given me a platform to do that. And, also flex that creative muscle of like, how crazy can I do this? Like, will people dress up in costume? Yes, they will, actually.
And to come up with just like unique themes.
Yeah. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh. So what do you envision in the next, 5 years for Robert Hall?
Well, I'm hoping, we have, we know that we had to close the museum, sadly, but we, in the process of that, we'll of course mourn that terribly. And that was just still a really difficult thing for him. But, we have this building that's just sitting there, and I use that parking, for Robert Hall. And I started thinking, I get requests for really big events that I can't host at Robert Hall. I can't seat 200 people. I just can't. And that's a big building. And so we've turned it into what we're calling the Nash.
Okay.
And it's not open fully yet. We've got some stuff we have to do to the interior. But it will seat like 200 people for dinner.
Wow.
And it's a car theme, which makes Will extremely happy. So it was actually built as a Nash car dealership.
Okay.
Back in 1948. And so we've essentially turned it exactly back into what it would have looked like when it was a Nash car dealership.
That is so cool.
So the whole front lobby, like where the showroom was, will be like where like a cocktail hour like Capone's is. Okay. And then the back of the building will be where it's full seating, huge space in the back.
So are you booking, like, can people reach out?
Not yet.
Okay.
I want to be, but I've got to do this little renovation first. And so I hope by the middle of 26, towards the end, I'll be able to start booking. We've had 2 events there so far, but they were like nonprofit events. We did one with the Little Theater, and then we did one with the Junior League. So
That's
people
exciting.
can kind of see the space, and they loved it.
Do you do anything with the Ronald McDonald House?
I have not ever done anything with the Ronald McDonald House.
Well, you should.
Okay, well, you listen. You have them reach out to me.
Or she's right there behind you.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, good. Okay, yes, absolutely. Yes, good connection. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love
Yeah.
it. Well, Christy and Teresa, it was so much fun to chat with y'all.
Thank you.
It was.
Thanks
Thank
for
you for
having us.
having
Get a little
us.
mother-daughter duo.
Yeah, this could give you a whole theme. You could like really go down the rabbit hole.
I
with
know.
that.
I know. Well, be sure to save the date for our Robert Hall Galentine's.
Yes.
I don't want to say the date because I'm not.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
not positive that that's the date.
I can't swear
But
either,
I
but
think
I
it's the 12th.
think it's the 12th.
We'll
yes.
let y'all know.
Yeah,
as soon as we
it'll be
confirm
fun.
it. Oh, it's going to be
always
a blast.
It's a party.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank
As
you.
always, you can find Forsyth Mags online at Forsyth Mags and forsythmags.com. And be sure to give Robert Hall a follow on
Yes.
Instagram
Yes.
and join their amazing supper club.
Yes.
And that's all we got for today. That's a wrap. Thanks,
you.
y'all.
Thank you.
The views and opinions stated on this podcast are solely those of the contributors and not necessarily those of our distributors or hosting companies. This podcast is copyrighted and cannot be reproduced without expressed written consent of Forsyth Magazines Incorporated. Whew, that's a mouthful.